Are we gonna talk about that kiss?
Christina cannot tell anyone about that.
I have information about the night John Cates was killed.
It's the lab.
Lucky's test results.
Lucky?
Anna, seriously, stop sounding like a lovesick schoolgirl. You're always so desperate for a man. It's honestly disgusting. That kiss? Total cringe fest. There was zero chemistry between them. Please, for the love of all that is decent, don't go there, GH. No one wants to see that disaster unfold. No, Anna, we're not discussing that kiss. It was a major writer's blunder. Just go chase after your man, Valentin. And can Christina please visit her mom in prison already? Molly's been getting in her head, pretending to speak for the Davis family. Newsflash, she doesn't. This isn't what Alexis wants. Chrissy needs to hear that straight from her mom. But no, Molly just wants Christina behind bars for her own selfish, jealous reasons. The kiss? Let's not make it a topic of conversation, okay? He was just faking it because the guards were coming. Come on, Anna, get a grip. You could practically be his mother. Just cherish that moment. It's likely the only one you'll ever get. Leave it to Christina to mess everything up. And Anna, can we drop the kiss already? Jason had a beautiful coming-of-age romance with Robin. You and Jason are hardly a match made in heaven. Whose bright idea was this anyway? I mean, I saw the kiss happen because he heard the guards coming. And since they're supposed to be a couple, he kissed her. Seriously, get over it, Anna. No, Anna, no one is going to discuss that one-and-done kiss. Just be grateful you got a tiny taste of Jason Morgan. Now you'll finally understand what all the hype is about. Brace yourself, she's going to be obsessed. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. I don't know who's been writing for Anna lately, but wow, are they off the mark? Seriously, have they even watched the show? Since when has Anna become this weak? I was so disappointed in the storyline where she gets captured and just gives up. She barely even tries to escape and resorts to crying. I've seen Anna captured before, and she's always managed to escape from way worse situations without breaking down like this. And let's be real, Jason is not the guy for her. Valentin was a much better fit. After finally catching up from being a month behind, I can say I missed a lot, but also not really. I hope Portia gets caught for tampering with Heather's test, even if it's to protect Trina. Lying to her isn't the best approach, considering Trina has been lied to enough by people she trusts and loves. When the truth comes out, and it will, it's going to destroy her. I feel bad for Brad because my mom and I both think he'll end up taking the fall for this. And I've been picturing Spencer a lot lately with everything going on. Anyway, a lot of characters are back, and I have to say, watching Africa was a blast. I can't stop smiling seeing Jonathan Jackson back as Lucky. Lucky and Elizabeth. Then there's Emma Sams returning as Holly. And it was a surprise to see Lucas back on GH staff on Friday. After all that, I can't wait to see what happens this week on GH. Also, no to Anna and Jason. Good grief, they fired Kelly Sam, and that's no secret, but they keep Portia around. It should have been the other way around. I've heard Marshall might be leaving too. Guess they need to make room for all the returning characters. For GH to shove these old memories of Lucky and Liz down our throats is just crazy. When Lucky left, they weren't even together. She was too busy taking care of baby Jake and was in love with Jason. I knew Anna would blow that kiss up into something major, especially considering she was just lying in bed with Valentin, sobbing over him. I can't handle this writing. Please just stop pairing awkward people together. It's weird and off-putting. Make the kiss about trying to escape, nothing more. It's like when they put Sunny with Mina, gross. And don't get me started on Willow and Drew. Ew. Anna, get over it already. It's just plain weird to think your kid's ex, no matter how long it's been, has a thing for her mother. Just go back to Valentin. At least that was somewhat normal. Seriously, they're killing off Sam and having Jason kiss Anna? I can't even. I refuse to watch this nonsense. I remember when Anna first came on GH. Jason was just a kid, and Robin called her mom. GH writers, you've completely messed up so much history and ruined core characters over the past few years. I wish we could fire you all. If they try to force a pairing between Jason and Robin's mother, I'm taking a break from this show. I'm already upset there's no recast for Spencer. We all know Nicholas isn't coming back. They're killing off Sam, getting rid of Scott and replacing him with Rick, and now Nicholas is in jail. Honestly, is it even worth watching anymore? Maybe I'll stick around until they finally put Sunny away. No, we don't need to talk about that kiss. It was a decoy to distract us, and that's it. Knowing Jason and Robin's history, it just gives off major ick vibes. I was just starting to forget about it, and now here we go again. Can we please move on from Anna and Jason, as if that kiss never happened? You tried it, and it was a disgusting fail. Let's just move along. And with Christina making a bigger mess, Sunny is going to have no choice but to turn himself in, because all Christina is doing is digging a deeper hole for everyone. That kiss better not lead to anything else, please. Writers, listen up. I've been watching General Hospital since the beginning. Maybe you don't care about us old-timers and faithful viewers, but I do. I watched while my husband was stationed overseas in Germany, and I was thrilled I didn't miss any episodes. In fact, before I went to Germany, I was giving my husband instructions to keep me updated while I was in labor with my first daughter. That's how dedicated I am to this show. So please change this ridiculous storyline about Anna and Jason. I really don't want to stop watching. The only way Elizabeth and Jason could ever work as a couple is if Jason decided to toss aside his mobster gig and either become a doctor or join the priesthood. Seriously, Saint Elizabeth would never accept Jason in his current profession. How is it that no one gets this yet? She broke up with him years ago, claiming she could never be with someone working for Sunny, and guess what? That hasn't changed. Spoiler alert, neither will Jason. So let's just put a fork in Jason and Elizabeth already. Honestly, Jason doesn't need that snooze fest of a woman dragging him down. She's the most boring character on General Hospital. They should have sent her packing and kept Sam around instead. On a slightly more interesting note, Lucky finally had a chance to explain to Aiden why he vanished for so long, and let's hope they can hit the reset button on their relationship. But why on earth are the writers trying to shove Anna and Jason together when Anna is clearly head over heels for Valentin? Talk about confusing. Jason and Carly were in love before Sunny's big return from Mixon Falls, but now they're just besties, and he's kissing Anna like it's no big deal. The GH writers must be suffering from some serious writer's cramp. And let's be clear, Jason and Anna better not do anything more than chat. We all remember how disastrous it was the last time they got tangled up. That moment should have been strictly a part of their elaborate plan to escape with their lives. They really need to keep Robin in mind too. As for Terry and Elizabeth, they didn't exactly sound over the moon when Lucky's results came in. It would be utterly ridiculous to have recast Lulu, have her wake up from a 4-year coma, and then immediately kill her off. Unless, of course, Sam's exit is tied to Lulu's storyline, like Sam conveniently dying just as a perfect match for Lulu. Then Lucky can conveniently ditch the boys again and only show up when Lulu needs something. Can't say I blame Aiden for being a bit salty about Lucky. He's Lucky's only biological son that we know of and was abandoned as an infant, while Lucky happily raised Cameron and Jake, 2 kids that aren't even his own flesh and blood, as if they were. Classic. So if we can all accept that Olivia and Dante are supposed to be mother and son, despite Lissa being only a few years older than Dominic in real life, then the whole Lucky and Aiden situation should be a piece of cake. It seems like just about everyone in Port Charles has already been tested as a match. Rocco? Nope, not a match. Lucky? Also a hard no. So naturally, it's going to end up being Charlotte or some other long-lost Spencer. Who knows, maybe Valerie will stroll back into town just in time to save the day. And then there's Carly, swooping in to defend Alexis by reaching out to Sunny, even though Alexis can't stand her and it's not even Carly's fight. Classic Carly move, right? Always ready to jump in where she's least wanted. What a class act. Now, about these babies, Wiley and Jonah. Am I getting this right? Willow had a baby that tragically died at birth. Then there's Heather's daughter, whose name I can't even remember, who gave her baby to Brad. This would be Wiley, I think. But wait, didn't Michael have a son he named Jonah? Can someone please sort out this baby shuffle for me? Thanks in advance. And finally, this new Lucas, he's definitely not bad, just, well, different. It's a little weird trying to picture him as the same Lucas we all knew. Aiden opened up to his dad, Lucky, who embraced his truth with nothing but love. Lucky couldn't help but notice how much Aiden reminded him of his grandfather, Lucas. Sadly, it looks like Lucky won't be able to help out his sister Lulu with her liver issue after all. Lucas returned to town and had this heartfelt moment with Wiley, the first time he's seen him since he was a baby. Michael and Willow did their best to explain to Wiley that he and Lucas share a special bond, while Maxie was right there, playing the supportive friend during the whole emotional reunion. Meanwhile, over in another part of town, Tracy, Gio, Brooklyn, and Chase were rallying around Violet, and Jack Bremen stopped by to dig for information from Holly about Mr. Sinbul. Oh, and by the way, Robert and Holly found a moment to reconnect too. Did I miss something? Why did Willow seem so awkward around Lucas at Bobby's? Well, that's no surprise. It's a seriously uncomfortable situation between them because of the whole Wiley and baby Jonah switcheroo. Long story short, baby Jonah, Willow's baby, who she gave up for adoption, tragically passed away at home with Brad. But then Nell, in all her manipulative glory, convinced Brad to switch Jonah with her newborn son Wiley, who's actually Michael's child. So Brad and Lucas ended up raising Wiley, pretending he was their baby Jonah, while Nell staged this whole act, pretending she'd given birth to a stillborn. Naturally, everything blew up in typical soap opera fashion, and Willow had to grieve the loss of her baby, while Michael eventually got his 1-year-old son back. Of course, Lucas was left heartbroken by the deception and the truth about his adopted son's death, which led to him breaking things off with Brad and leaving Port Charles. Oh, and speaking of confusing ages, does anyone else think Aiden looks practically as old as his dad Lucky? And don't even get me started on the new Lucas. He's just different. I mean, everything's off. His mannerisms, the way he walks, even his facial expressions. Seriously, are the writers and producers trying to ruin every character we used to love? Maybe not everyone will agree with me, but hey, that's what makes the world go round, right? Also, what's up with Valerie Spencer? Did they just forget she exists? She's Lulu's cousin. Why not bring her back to get tested? And did anyone else catch Lucky going off in the previews? What do you think that was all about? Was that Bobby's place where all the drama was going down? Okay, so someone wants to argue with me about Lucas's parents. Let's clear this up once and for all. His biological parents are Julian Jerome and Cheryl Stansbury. After Cheryl's passing, Bobby and Tony fought Cheryl's sister, Tiffany, for custody and eventually adopted Lucas. That's the real story. As for Lulu, I'm putting my money on Sam being a viable donor for her. Even though a living donor doesn't necessarily have to die to donate, you just know that's probably the tragic route this storyline is heading toward. #GH in my heart is absolutely breaking for little Violet. She's just a kid. She shouldn't be dealing with all these grown-up issues yet. Sure, what she did at school was wrong, very wrong, but I totally get why she feels the need to protect her father. Chase and Brooklyn are doing everything they can to help, protect, and raise Violet the best they know how, and they should be proud of that. Honestly, they're going to make amazing parents one day. I see both sides of the situation here, and they're doing great. And I told you all, there's no way Michael and Willow will cut Lucas out of Wiley's life. Not even a 1% chance. Lucas came through for Michael when it mattered the most and told him the truth about Wiley. Michael definitely appreciated Lucas stepping up and being honest that night. Moving forward, I'm sure Michael and Willow will be inviting Lucas to all the important moments. Playdates, birthdays, baseball games, you name it. They're not going to shut him out of Wiley's life. No chance. I know it's going to be tough for Lucas, but I'm hoping he'll warm up to the idea of spending more time with Wiley while he's still around. Meanwhile, Michael and Willow should really consider filing a restraining order against Brad now that he's free. There's no way they should risk having Brad anywhere near Wiley again. And I have to give a shout out to Carly, Sunny, and Jason. You all did an incredible job raising Michael. There were definitely some high highs and low lows, but he came out stronger and wiser on the other side. He's turned into a good man with a great heart, and because of you three, he's a fantastic dad to his kids. Finally, I'm so happy to see Aiden and Lucky finally reconnecting. That was the reunion I was waiting and hoping for. I just pray that from here on out, they can build a stronger bond and really make the most of their time together. Look, I don't want to hear another word about Lucky's hair. Jonathan Jackson is an incredible actor, and G8 is lucky to have him on the show. Focus on that. And what is going on with Robert Scorpio? He seemed to age a decade in just a week. I hope he's all right. He looks like he might have had a stroke or something. I'm dying to know who Robert's really interested in, Diane or Holly. I'm rooting for Diane all the way. Oh, and what did Elizabeth say to Lucky at the end of the show? I missed that part. Maybe it's the pregnancy hormones, but I teared up when Aiden and Lucky had that heartfelt conversation about Aiden being gay. The way Lucky said, "I love you without exception," that just got me right in the feels. As for Violet, I don't blame her one bit for hitting that bully. Kids can be so cruel, and honestly, I spent plenty of time in the principal's office myself for standing up to bullies. Sometimes, you just gotta do what you gotta do. General Hospital writers have a lot going on in Port Charles, and I'm so here for it. I'm excited to see what happens next with Sunny, Carly, Joss, and Natalia, Jason and Anna, Dex, Joss and Molly, Trina and Gio, Rick and Heather, Ava, Rick and Portia, Jordan and Isaiah, Holly, Robert and Diane, Sasha, Cody and Tracy, Nina, Drew, Willow and Michael, Aiden and Elizabeth, Lulu, Dant and Sam, Alexis and Christina, Portia and Brad, Brad and Lucas, Terry, Portia and Brad, Ned, James and Maxie, and finally, Carly and Jack Brennan. So many storylines, so many possibilities. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And wouldn't it be hilarious if, once Alexis is released from jail, Portia ends up taking her spot and has to room with Heather? I mean, that's where Portia deserves to be after messing with those lab results. How dare she throw shade at Brad like she's above it all? She's no saint. She's a titanic hypocrite. Sure, Brad's made mistakes, but at least he did his time. Portia's just as guilty, and I'm not here for her self-righteous attitude. If we can all just accept the wild notion that Olivia and Dante are mother and son. Seriously, Lisa is only a few years older than Dominic in real life. Then Lucky and Aiden should be a piece of cake. Honestly, everyone in Port Charles has been through the paternity ringer. Rocco didn't pan out as a match, and guess what? Lucky isn't either. So who's next? Charlotte? Maybe another long-lost Spencer will pop up. How about a return of Valerie for good measure? And can we talk about Carly? Love how she reaches out to Sunny, trying to protect Alexis, even though it's not her battle and Alexis can't stand her. but that's classic Carly for you, a real class act. Now let's untangle this baby confusion. Wally and Jonah. So Willow had a baby that tragically died at birth, right? And then there's Heather's daughter. What was her name again? Who had a baby and gave it to Brad. Is that Wally? But I thought Michael named his son Jonah. Can someone please help me sort this family tree? As for the new Lucas, he's definitely a departure from the original. Not bad, just different. I'm having a tough time wrapping my head around him as Lucas. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.